Hi, welcome back to my channel, Starming Soap. Today I'm going to do a video showing you all of my summer decks. I've seen lots of other people doing this recently over June, and I wanted to jump on as well because I have a lot of decks that I feel like could be in this category, summery decks. Apparently I love colour when it comes to tarot, although I don't usually, in other things like my clothes, I usually just wear black and white. I don't tend to like a lot of colour when I'm in clothes, but in tarot decks apparently I do. And colour seems to be a big thing for choosing whether things are summery for me. Yeah, I've got a new background, my nice summery sunflower background. Right, I'm just going to jump right in. I have got lots of tarot and oracle. I think I'm going to start with the tarot. Right, I'm going to just start with this one. So this is a deck I got in June. When I went to London for the day, I went to Watkins Books in Covent Garden and I picked up this. I had wanted it, it was on my list. I have a cat deck, another cat deck, but it's very autumnal feeling and I wanted one that I could use all year round. But it does feel quite summery. I should probably just be showing you. It's very colourful, which I feel like makes it quite summery. So it's very like high saturation in the colours. I think that's the main thing that makes something feel summery to me. There's lots of bright colours. And there's lots of kind of plants and trees and animals, and that just all of that just feels very summery to me. I do feel like this is one I could use all year though, but like roses and things are summery to me, sunflowers, so yeah, I feel like it's really summery. And I haven't really used this yet. In fact, I've just done an interview spread. That's all I've done with it so far. I'm going to get it out for July, I think, and see how it reads for me. Right, like I said, it's going to be a long video, so I'm not going to spend too long on each of these. Next up, I'm going to talk about the Tarot Mystical Moments. So this kind of feels spring and summer to me, but I didn't get it out. I haven't had it out for a couple of months. This is one of my favourite decks. It's probably my favourite deck actually, and I haven't used it for a couple of months, which is unusual for me. I usually have it out all the time. I put it away for it because I use it all the time. It's very glossy. I hope you can't see all of the reflection of my phone. That would be really annoying. But yeah, same sort of thing. It's got colour. This feels very like a summer evening when you sit outside and you've got like fairy lights in your garden. This feels very summery. Yeah, this again, I use this all year round, but it does have summer vibes. So yeah, I'm going to use this. I think I'm going to get this out this month as well for July. This is the 1st of July that I'm filming this. But yeah, so that's the Tarot of Mystical Moments. Now the next is the Dreaming Way. This is one of my favourite decks as well. I think these two are my favourites. Again, this one could be used all year round, really. It does also, the swords are quite wintry, in fact, but there's something about the use of colour and the white space in this deck. It's not really white space, I can't really explain. There's just a lot of kind of, I suppose it is white space. it just feels summery because of that. There's not too much, like, I don't really know how to explain it. This feels very summery. Again, this one, the cups are summery. Yeah, I think again it's the colours. There's some bright colours in it. There's a lot of kind of green and bright colours, but quite a lot of the cards have this white space, and that does just seem, even like, so there's not really any pattern on the Queen of Wands dress here. Whenever white is used, it's kind of very stark and very like bright, and that just feels summery to me. I love this deck so much. Even the patterns in the background of all the cards. The cups definitely feel summery. This Empress feels summery. Yeah, it does. Here we go, it's the wintry one. So the swords are quite wintry, but the rest of it just feels like a summer deck. That's a good one to end on. There's lots of kind of beach scenes, like this card in here as well. And I've been using this for the last part of June. I think I'm going to keep it out going into July as well. Right, next is another one I've been using this month, the Tattoo Tarot. This is quite a pip-ish deck. And again, I think because it has that white space, quite a lot of white space, and the use of colour, again, it's quite saturated when there is colour. This feels very summery to me as well. I think with the white space stuff, I think when you're using it in spreads, when there's a lot of white space, it just allows the art to breathe, and it just seems a bit clearer and brighter. I think that's why it feels summery to me. Yeah, this tattoo art just also, and like I say, the saturation of colour. I'm hoping that's picking up on the camera. It's very bold. Yeah. So this I'm going to also, I think I'm going to keep this one out too, just for July, or at least the first half of July. Sometimes I swap my decks halfway through the month. Sometimes I keep them all out for a month. But I've had this and the Dreaming Way out for the last half of June. I think I'm going to keep them for the first half of July as well. So that was the Tattoo Tarot. Right, next, what should I go with? I'm going to write the Morgan Greer. This one is definitely very summery, and again, it's just the saturation of colours. A lot of my decks, I tend to like pastel colours, but pastel colours feel more spring to me. So like the Aquarian, which is another classic tarot like this one, which is also having a tin, feels very spring. This feels very summery because it's a lot brighter. Yeah, this does feel very summery. This really bright blue, it just, it just looks like a really clear summer day. And the oranges and the yellows. But yeah, the sky, when it's this really dark, clear blue, it just feels very summery. Just show a few more. Like I said, it's going to be long, so I've got a whole stack next to me here to look through. But yeah, this feels summery. Next up, I'm going to go with the Mermaid Tarot, which is in here. What have I done here? bag that I made for it. So the Mermaid Tarot, you know, it's ocean themed, it's mermaids. For me, you can't really get much more summery. You know, anything to do with the ocean and the beach. Oh, I've got reversals on here. It's going to be summery. Look at that. Again, the sword suit is very wintry, but overall it just feels summery. And these bright, bright colours. I'll just skip over the sword ones. That definitely feels like going to the beach on a summer day, which I can't wait to do. Last time I went to the beach, we had a massive storm and I got caught in the rain. It was still nice though. Reversals. I thought I'd taken these out for the video, but I obviously didn't. But yeah, so this feels summery just because of its mermaids and ocean. I'm going to get this one out as well, but probably not in July. I might wait until August for this one. Right, I've got the Wonderland Tarot here. Should I this one now? Yeah. So, I don't really know what it is about Alice in Wonderland that makes me think summery, but it does feel summery. Actually, I do know what it is. I feel like, for me, the summer is when I have the most adventures throughout the year, when I'm out there doing stuff. And it's also August is the month that I tend to read a lot more, and obviously Alice in Wonderland is a book, so I think those things combined is what makes it feel summery to me. And also the colours in the deck, it does just feel quite summery. But yeah, I think it's the theme of Alice in Wonderland also feels summery for those reasons. You know, having adventures, going out and doing things. There's a very summery feeling for me. And I'm a teacher, so the summer break is when I do most of my, well, anything adventure-y. If I go on holiday, it's always in the summer break. If I'm just going out for day trips places, it's usually in the summer. I mean, I do that throughout the year as well, but not as much. I tend to do more in the summer. So this just is a whole summer vibe for me, I think. And yeah, and I will be getting this out over the summer at some point. So that's the Wonderland Tarot, which is another tarot I have in a tin. One of the US Games ones. Right. Next, I'm going to go with the Pulp Girls tarot deck. This one is definitely just because of the colours. I mean, it's basically an RWS clone, but it's very brightly coloured. I feel like you could use this going into autumn as well, but well, you could use it all year round, but the colours just it seems like that really late summer when it's really hot and just sticky and yeah, just really in the middle of summer being really hot. It kind of has, even how they've done the artwork, it has that kind of hazy look to it, like the summer does when it's really, really hot and you get that haze in the sky, in the air. That's what this reminds me of. And again, I'm going to get this out, but probably August rather than July. That's the perfect one to stop. So yeah, it's Pulp Pulp Girls. Oops, Pulp Girls Tarot. Feels like that kind of mid to late summer for me. The next one I feel like is really summery is the Lightseers. This kind of feels, I don't know, because it's kind of boho feeling. It reminds me of festivals, and again the colour very similar to the Pulp Girls actually. It feels like that kind of mid to late summer. And it's that high saturation of colour again on some of the cards. I feel like I'm just kind of saying the same thing but that's how I've picked my summer decks. If they've got a highly saturated colour and the theme kind of relates to summer, so you know that's a festival. That's definitely summer. That's the whole vibe that I feel with this deck. You know, even the kind of nighttime ones, it feels like a summer night. So yeah, let's show a few more cards. Oh, this one's very bright, the sun card. Oh, this just seems like, you know, going out with your friends on a summer night. It's really clear. It's still light. It's still quite light, even though it's late summer feeling. So yeah, so this definitely feels like a summer deck. I've seen this one on quite a few other people's summer deck list as well. This one, I've edged this in green. Right, I think I'll just move some of these around. I've got so many decks up here. Right, this is the Good Karma Tarot. Again, this is very yellow, and yellow, you know, bright yellow. It's very summery. It's very brightly coloured. And I'm going to be getting this out again as well at some point. I don't know whether to get this one out in July or August. I have so many decks, I want to use them all. And there's only like a couple of months left to use them. Well, if I want to use them, you know, in this summery, as a summer deck. I use this one at all time, all year, but yeah. I think it's like the actual, you can see the rays from the sun on a lot of these cards. I don't know if it's picking up on the camera. But you can see the rays coming off the sun. And that feels really summery. Even on this one, it's these kind of sunbeams on all of the cards that are outside. Yeah, just bright and fun and summery. So that was the Good Karma Tarot. I've got a few more tarot and then the rest oracle, I think. So what have I got here? A Hawaii Tarot. Again, it's very bright. There's lots of kind of ocean creatures. It's all animals in this deck, but they're these cute kawaii style animals. There's lots of sea and ocean ones as well. There's lots of ocean in this. And that definitely feels summery. Going to the beach. And again, it's that kind of clear, bright blue skies. That features a lot in here as well. And the same thing with the sunbeams, the sun rays too. There's lots of flowers, there's lots of, this feels very summery. It's like a summer cocktail. Yeah, this one's definitely got summer vibes. So that is the Kawaii Taro. Pulp Taro as well. This I do use all year round as well, but again it's just very bright and highly saturated again. So for those reasons it's in my summer deck collection. This Empress is very summery. I've had this out recently as well. I think it's something about the, like, even the bold titles on the cards. I think boldness also feels very summery. This looks very summery. So yes, this is the Pulp Taro. I've edged this one in red. This is the, well, I don't know, I feel like this is an indie deck. I think it's an indie deck. I got it from an indie seller. But I know it also had a run before the run that I got it. So I don't actually know. I count it as an indie deck, but if you've got this, please tell me. I think you can get it on Amazon now. You can't in the UK, but I think in the US you can get it on Amazon. So I don't know if that means it's not indie. I don't really know. And the last tower I've got is just my yellow box Rider-Waite Smith. Just because it is incredibly yellow, and I have this version and I have the Centennial. I tend to use this version in the summer months, and I tend to use the Centennial in the winter and autumn months. So when I use RWS, so either as a study deck or like as a reference, I do actually still use this deck a lot just for normal readings. If I want just a clear, honest answer, I always reach for this deck. So yeah, but it seems it's a lot brighter, whereas the Centennial has much more muted colours. This one's bright. So this is my summer version of the RWS, and there's loads of yellow. And again, this kind of clear space. Like the skies never really tend to have anything in it apart from the swords that have clouds. But yeah, so yellow box, plaid back, RWS is a summer deck for me. Right, I think I'm on to Oracle now. I don't know how long this has been already. I feel like it's already been far too long. Right, Oracles. I don't really know which one to start with. I'll just pick one. Right, so Prism Oracle, mainly just because it is literally really bright colours. It is just colour, block colour, and that feels summery to me. I've tried to use this, whenever I try and use this in the spring, not spring, in the winter, it just wasn't really working for me, so I think it's just too colourful. It needs to be in the summer. So I'm gonna get this out at some point as well and use it with some other decks and see. This is one I don't tend to reach for much, but the keywords are so good and I do want to use it more. So I'm going to get out this summer and have a play and see. It's got this like rainbow holographic edges, which is really cool. It does hurt your hands when you shuffle it though. That's the Prism Oracle. I've got the Daily Crystal Inspiration deck. This one I've been using with my Dreaming Way Tarot for daily pulls the last couple of weeks. I don't really like these backs, there's too much going on. But again, it's the white space thing. They just have one picture, like a really good quality image of a crystal, and that's it. And then this white space. But when I pair it with other decks that have white space in as well, or a lot of white in them, it just feels fresh and clear, and I don't know, something about that summary. And I love the keywords. When I got this deck, I wanted a crystal deck, but I wasn't sure which one to get, and I'm so glad I got this one because I do think it's the best one. The key phrases on the bottom, so like start fresh, allow yourself to receive, get crystal clear, heal your heart. They're just so good. I very rarely use the guidebook. I just pull this as a focal point for a reading, and then I pull tarot around it. And I just really, really like it. It's a really easy deck to use and a really simple deck to use, and I just really love it. And yeah, there's something about the crispness of just all the white space that feels very summery. So that is the Daily Crystal Inspiration Oracle. Some more mermaids. Mermaids will always just be summery. I don't think I've already talked about the Mermaid Tarot. It's the same thing really with this. This is another one that the keywords are just really good to just use intuitively with tarot as well. Yeah, bright colours, mermaids, ocean, just summer. I really like this deck. I do use this all year round as well, but just because I like mermaids, I use this deck and the Mermaid Tarot all the time. But in the summer, it just feels even more special. So that is the Messages from the Mermaids. So hang on, Messages from the Mermaids deck. Right, I've got a few more. This one, I wasn't sure whether to include, but it is brightly coloured, and I don't think it would fit into any other kind of month, season even. So this is the Love Your Inner Goddess Oracle. And again, it's just really brightly coloured. And there's kind of flowers. I got this last summer and I haven't really used it since then. So I think I just feel like it's quite summery. It annoys me that some of the cards are portrait and some of them are landscape like these ones, but it's yeah, it is what it is. There's only a few. And I tend to just pull one card at a time with this anyway. But yeah, so this, again, just the brightness of the colours feels quite summery to me. So that's the Love Your Inner Goddess Oracle. Next up, this has moved, the Believe Your Own Magic Oracle. This has got some, this feels very all seasons as well, like this this one feels quite summery. There's some kind of autumnal feeling ones. This one feels summery. This one is all year round, but I like using it in the summer. There's definitely more summery feeling ones than anything else. See, again, even the night ones feel like summer nights. I really like this deck. It feels really summery. Almost like a summer, like having a summer bonfire. The beach feels summer. Yeah. Definitely feels like it fits more into summer than any other season if you had to categorise it. Right, I have got a few more. This one I'm just going to show some. Now, the Seed and Sickle Oracle is all seasons, and I think I separated the summer ones in preparation for this video, unless I've used it since then. No, I think I did. Yeah, so I think these are the summer cards in this deck. See, lightning, thunderstorms always feel very summery to me. We get lots of thunderstorms these days in the summer. And there's very, like, all the summery flowers. So yeah, so this deck does have all seasons, but it has specific cards for all of the seasons. It has, so I've left all the winter, spring, and autumn ones in there, but these were the summer ones. I think that was all of them. I've had them separated, so I think that was what those ones were. Right, and I do like to use this one seasonally. I tend to do monthly readings with this deck, and I do pick out, I keep it separated into the months, into the seasons even. And so for July, I will use the summer cards as my Oracle Focus card. And then pull tarot for the rest of the month ahead spread that I do. Right, got a few more. So Spirit Animal Wisdom, I talked about this in a different video. I think it was the monthly wrap up one for May, saying that I had it out but I didn't use it. It does feel quite summery again because of the colours. So I'm going to get this out again over the summer and use this. I really like the artwork on this deck, but I don't use it a lot because I love animals, and I keep buying animal decks. Well, I have got a few animal decks, but I don't tend to grab them and use them as much because I think it's because I have to look at the guidebook and understand. I can't just look at an animal and say, right, okay, it means this. And animals mean different things to different people and different cultures and things, so I don't really have my own associations with animals necessarily, so I don't find it intuitive to read. It does have keywords and a phrase on the card as well, though. Look at this fabric card. But yeah, I do like it, and I do like the artwork, and I want to use it. So I will get this out at some point over the summer. I'm trying to think which decks I said I was going to use. Would it go with any of those? I don't know, maybe I'll get it out and use it with some of the, when I choose what decks I'm using for July or August, and see what it might go with. But yeah, but it does feel mostly summery to me. I feel like I'm having issues with this scuff. My other one didn't move as much as this. I'm not really leaning on it. I don't know what's going on. Anyway, I've got two more. Sacred Destiny Oracle. This is my, this deck surprised me. This is probably my favourite Oracle, just because, in the sense that if I could only have one Oracle and I had to get rid of all my others, I'd probably keep this one. Now, when I first got it, I wasn't sure I was going to like it at all, because I wasn't sure I was going to like the artwork, but I do, and there's just something about it. It must be the keywords and the messages you get in the guidebook, but it just is spot on every single time that I use it. And so I overlook some of the cards that I don't really like as much because of that. And this does feel very summery. Again, the colours and the brightness, even the white borders, it kind of looks like you're either looking at a photograph or looking like through a window. See, this feels like summer storm kind of, yeah. This feels very summery. Yeah, so a lot of these do just feel really summery to me, these images. Yeah, every time I use this, there are some cards I love and some cards I don't really like the artwork, but I overlook it because it's such a good deck. And I don't even really know what it is about it. This is one of the ones I don't like. But yeah, this definitely feels summery, and I'm going to use it this summer. And that is the Sacred Destiny Oracle. Even the backs as well, the backs feel summery, like this ocean with the sunset. Right, the last one, I'm not, again, this was one I wasn't sure I was going to put in here, but it feels summery. I think the colours, even the backs have a very summery feel. This is the Modern Nirvana Oracle. I think there's something to do with that this one definitely feels summery. The imagery and the colours again. There's another one that has that kind of hazy feeling to it. Like I said with the Pulp Girls. And although it's like modern, it's called the Modern Nirvana Oracle, it also kind of feels quite retro as well in a way. Like the way the artwork is done. Some of them anyway. And yeah, this kind of haziness and the colours, it feels like hot summer, end of summer feelings for me. Yeah, I'm not 100% sure on this one, but now I'm looking at it again, I definitely do feel that. Please let me know if you agree or disagree below in the comments. I'd love to know what you think. Actually, that goes for all of them, because this is my last one. Hang on, is it? Yeah, no, this is my last one. So please let me know in the comments below whether you agree with my choices or not. I always like seeing other people's take. People see things in very different ways, which always fascinates me. So yeah, so let me know what you think. And if you want to do your own summer decks video, I will probably watch it, because I've been watching loads of them at the moment. It's making me feel very summery. Yeah, so I think that's it for this video really. So this was my summer decks. Maybe bring a few in. cool. And then these ones, some tarot. But yeah, these were my summer decks. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Let me know what you would class as your summer decks. And I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.